I got under your truck, bro. I noticed you had a coolant leak. I pressure tested it. It's coming from your water pump.
Hey, what's going on, guys? As you can see, I didn't finish off the video. Let's shut this thing off. Well, I had a bunch of truck problems, and I just got them squared away. I just finished test driving the truck. I drove, I parked here in Arlington. I drove out to Weatherford. Figured that's a good little test drive. Went out there, got an engine bay wash, washed the whole truck and trailer while I was at it. As you can see, it's nice and clean. I did a washout, so that way I'm ready to roll. Wash my truck. So where the video left off, I was loading up in Baytown, Texas, a load of salt. I ran that load up to Burkeville, Alabama. And so when I was in Baytown, I was getting a washout for that salt load. I could hear something. I wasn't sure what it was, but I'm not gonna lie, I ignored it. So by the time I got to Burkeville, Alabama the next day, that noise was loud and it was freaking me out. And it started happening while I was driving. My first instinct reaction was the bearings and turbo were going out. So after I dumped that load, I called the dispatcher and I told him, nope, that's it for me. I kind of weighed my options. I said, man, I could either Google a random mechanic out here in the middle of nowhere, Alabama, and then have to pay for a hotel, and then I'd be at the mechanic's mercy. You know, you never know if you're gonna get a good mechanic or not. Or I could spend $400 and deadhead myself home, and then I'll be home, won't have to pay for a hotel, and I'll be able to take my truck to a trustworthy shop. So that's what I did. So I went ahead and put in $400 of fuel and deadheaded home. So along the way, I took a video of my truck, and I'm in a Cummins Facebook group. So in that Cummins Facebook group, everyone told me it's an exhaust leak. I'd never heard an exhaust leak like that in my life. So sure enough, I got my little soapy spray bottle that, you know, everybody I recommend should carry in your truck if you're a truck driver. And they were all saying it's the dang manifold bolts. Sure enough, I sprayed that one way back there, and it was broken. So by the time I got here, long story short, the bolt was broken. You could reach in there and pull it out with your hand. So I ended up having a buddy fix it for me, and turns out there was 2 broken bolts. So you got to remove everything. You got to remove the turbo, that EGR, the manifold, so you can get to the broken bolt and extract it out of there. And it was a big job. At first I was kind of Googling and researching and videoing, and I was going to attempt to do it myself, but it was way more of a task than I was up to. So I decided to have somebody do it. So I have a buddy who's a mechanic, and he knocked it out for me. And when he was there, while he was at it, he noticed I had a leak, which I posted a video in here as well. So he pressure tested it, and the water pump was on the way out. So we had to order a water pump. It didn't get here till yesterday. And so he swapped that out for me. I picked the truck up last night. And so there was coolant everywhere. I had to, you know, put 2 cases of coolant in here, which is 12 gallons. And man, the truck's running like a top. I've never heard it spool up like this before. It spools up amazing. All the power is there. So that means this exhaust leak has probably been going on for a while, and I didn't even know it. My friend said somebody's been in here as well, and whoever was in here before, whenever they put all this stuff back together, I guess there's like a special Loctite. It's black. He said none of that was on any of these bolts. And typically the turbo bolts, all the clamps and stuff, are really hard to break break loose. And he was able to do it by hand, no problem at all. So whoever was in here before messing with this turbo or something, they didn't do a good job at putting it back together. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise. All this happened this way. So I got it up and running real good. Like I said, I went and washed it, cleaned it. Today's Tuesday, so I'm gonna pick up a load tomorrow. I'm gonna call the dispatch right now, tell them I'm good to go, and I'm gonna run out tomorrow. So I got some quick tickets here for y'all. See if I can go over them real quick, kind of briefly. So when I started off, I got a PM while I was here. I had a big Dragon. Freaking PM there came to 652. And then the first round of parts I bought. Whenever you do all of that, you got to do all the gaskets, the studs and bolts and seals to take the turbo and all that off. That came to 840. That was the first round. Then the mechanic, my friend, he had to go buy a couple of more things, which was this one, some more O-rings and stuff that I missed, and that came out to a 95. So that's 850, 950. So for that job, he charged me labor wise, he charged me $650. And then the water pump, I bought the water pump with 12 gallons of coolant and a couple of O-rings for the water pump because it didn't come with it. That came out to $766, and my friend charged me $300 to swap that out. And then there was no core charge, but there was a couple of clamps that we didn't use. I returned it, and that came out to $200. So that's just parts and labor. And then you take into account the money I didn't make. So I've probably been home for a week. So that's about, we'll just call it $3 grand. That's $3 grand I didn't make. So take all of this plus that $3 grand. So that's part of being an owner operator. But I feel good I did it this way. I deadheaded home. Because now I know it's good. So, well, sorry I didn't get more footage on this one for you guys. Just a little update. And I guess that's it. I'll check y'all on the next one. Well, I done did it. I'm so upset at myself. Look what I did. I'm stuck. I walked this too. I was on FaceTime with the customer. He said, yeah, dump it right here. I walked this whole area. I walked it. Didn't feel a single soft spot. Went off that road. Thought it looked kind of funny with the trailer. Kept going. As soon as that truck hit, that was it. That sucker is stuck. Fuel tank's almost touching the ground. I dug and dug. They even came and brought their dang tractor, tried yanking me out. It didn't do nothing. They laughed at us. I tried unloading, because when you unload, you lock the trailer and it'll pull the truck back when it goes up, and it didn't do nothing. And even though if it did do something, here's the other side. I was thinking, man, even if it does pull out, once this truck gets down here, I'm just gonna get stuck again. But it didn't though. So once I started raising it, I got about that much off, which is nothing. That's pretty much just from opening the door. This is chicken poop fertilizer. But once I started raising it up, it started creaking and cracking and making noises I hadn't heard, so I set it back down. I'm so pissed off at myself. So I'm waiting for a record service to come. I'm down here in Victoria, Texas, here at this pasture. There was a bunch of cows. Look them over there looking at me. That one right there is looking at me. And I got this dog over here. Customer left his dog out here and I'm watching him go crazy. But so I got a record coming. Allen's Record Service out of Victoria, Texas. I don't know how much this is gonna cost. It's Friday too. I was supposed to get a load from San Antonio going home. So anyways, keep y'all updated. So like I was saying, and I've been catching it from all angles here lately. I don't know what the heck's going on, but anyways, I'm here at the truck. I'm about to put these 4 new batteries in. This week when I was driving, I could smell it. So I put batteries in this truck back in May of 22. So here it is, February 23. Didn't even last a whole year. So long story short, they were still under warranty. I had bought these from the dealership, so they were covered with 1-year warranty. So I just, when I got here off the road, finally I just pulled them off myself and went up there, and one of them was bad. You could see it swelling. This week I could smell it, and the truck almost didn't start. So the whole week I didn't shut the truck off because I didn't want to be out on the road, and I've been catching it week after week after week and didn't want to lose out on any more money. So I just left the truck running and finished off the week to recoup some of this cash that I've been losing. But I'm gonna throw these batteries in here, and that should be it. So while I'm at it, I'm gonna clean off all this junk. If I'm gonna put these things back in here, since clearly when I bought the batteries and had the service department do it, they didn't do a good job. I'm gonna do it all the way, clean all this stuff up real quick, throw them in, and I should be good. So I'm just gonna compile all these videos I got. I don't know how this video will turn out. Hopefully it's good, but I didn't put much effort into it. And I thought about not posting it, but that would give y'all the full experience of being an owner-operator. So I'm gonna compile all this and make something out of nothing. All right, I got them all in. Clean everything best as I could. What I got. Hope I put everything right. I took a million pictures. The only thing I wasn't sure of was these wires right here. They always ask me, a black is a ground, but there's a going to power there, and then this orange one is going into power here, which is strange to me to have 2 wires going both to power, but that's how it was when I took it off. So I don't hear nothing sizzling. Oh, shoot. Let's see what happens. Got power there. Got power on my camera. Oh. Heard a beep that I've never heard before. I don't know what that was. 14.1 should be good. Well, that was that, guys. Like I said, I apologize for this video. I'm just mashing it all together, shooting from the hip here. But hope y'all enjoyed it. Hopefully this can motivate y'all or unmotivate y'all. And I'll check y'all on the next one. When is it ever gonna end?